Welcome to the InfoWars Nightly News. I'm your host, Jakari Jackson. Here's what we have in store for you on this June 24th, 2013 edition.
Tonight on the InfoWars Nightly News, where in the world is Edward Snowden? Questions raised after the whistleblower misses a flight from Moscow to Cuba. Then, 1 week of military spending could wipe out world hunger. Plus, do you have a problem with the city water? Well, you might be a terrorist. All that and more on the InfoWars Nightly News.
And welcome back. Top story headline: NSA whistleblower Edward Snowden goes missing. Now, briefly, a synopsis about Mr. Snowden. He was a NSA worker. He also had ties to the CIA. He blew the whistle on the PRISM system. That's PRISM with an M. He said, hey, a lot of these people are spying on you. Microsoft, Google, as well as many of your social networking sites. He fled to Hong Kong, and that's where we pick up the story. After Snowden left Hong Kong yesterday for Moscow, he was expected to board an Aeroloft plane scheduled to fly to Havana, the next stop on his journey to a planned political asylum in Ecuador. However, journalists who boarded the same plane immediately noted that Snowden's seat was empty. The article goes on to say, earlier today, Ecuadorian Foreign Minister Ricardo Patin said he didn't know the whereabouts of Snowden, adding that his request for political asylum was still under investigation. WikiLeaks' Julian Assange has been protected by the Ecuadorian embassy in London for over a year. Now, Assange also claims to know the whereabouts of not only Snowden, but also his, I won't say his accomplice, but the person who was accompanying him, another WikiLeaks activist. So he's saying, Assange is saying that they're both safe, they're both in a place that they can't release, the information for obvious reasons, but they seem to be safe according to him. But, that's just speculation at this point. People don't know if he's in Moscow, if he was detained there. People don't even have confirmed reports if he was ever on the plane to Moscow in the first place. So, believe what you will. Assange claims he knows where he is, so you can believe that if you want. But it ties into this article talking about Assange and his asylum in Ecuador. We have this article from Mike Adams. Ed Snowden, beware. U.S. State Department has confirmed history of running covert abductions of Americans in Ecuador. Now, this goes down to say, herbalist Greg Canton, he was kidnapped back in 2009 by U.S. authorities in Ecuador, and they said he was an enemy of the state for doing what you might ask, giving his own remedy to cancer. He's found a remedy that, I guess worked for him and worked for his patients, and he supplied this to the people in that location, and they said, hey, we can't have this. They sent in a team, they bribed some people, had a few payoffs. They went in and pretty much kidnapped this guy in Ecuador. So definitely beware, Mr. Snowden. If you did make it to Ecuador, if that's where you're planning to travel to, definitely take that into consideration and definitely read that full article from Mike Adams. Jakari Jackson here, and I want to talk to you for a second about water. You know about ProPure, our flagship water purification system, but check out some of our portable water filter products at InfoWarsStore.com. The clearly filtered water pitcher. Also, for those of you on the go, we have the Athlete Edition filtered water bottle and the RAD Eliminator Pro filtered sports bottle that removes radiation. And keep in mind, we have replacement filters for all of these products. The ever-popular grab-and-go bag favorite, the Life Straw, the Crystal Quest shower filter system, and the Aquapod kit, great for mass storage of water. And while you're at the InfoWars shop, pick up a copy of our latest book, 31 Days to Survival. You can find all this and more at the InfoWarsStore.com, and don't forget it's your support that funds our operation. Sign up for our free newsletter at InfoWars.com/newsletter.